Party on, Nalia.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian. Today, I'm partying with Nalia. Nalia's all about completing a party and swinging in at your opponent's face. This is a deck with a very low curve that's trying to get a cleric, a rogue, a warrior, and a wizard on the battlefield at the same time, making a party. And how do we do that? We do that with a combination of aggressive creatures that have those types and a couple of shapeshifters because, well, you know, when you're building a party for Dungeons and Dragons, sometimes you just need a robot to help fill in the spots. So this deck is very, very aggro, and it's running some unconventional creatures to try and hit that party early, because we really do want to get those 4 creature types out as quickly as we can. Have Nalia there, get a big buff, +1/+1 counters on all our creatures, and death touch until end of turn, and then swing. And we also have a bunch of other party payoffs in this deck. So unlike a 5-color party deck with Tazri, we're limited to only 2 colors, which means that we only get some of the more punchy and cleric and warrior based ones. We have a couple rogues in here too, but the rogue payoff is in blue. So we have Archpriest of Iona that gives one of our creatures a +1/+1 and flying until end of turn if we have a complete party. Also, this just gets bigger based on the amount of party members we have. We have the squad commander, squad up, goes super wide, making a ton of warrior tokens and giving +1/+0 and indestructible, actually kind of similar to Nalia. We also have spells that get discounted based on a number of party members. Deadly Alliance is a cheap kill spell, depending on the size of our party. And Coveted Prize is actually really, really spicy because look what it does. It tutors, and it can tutor for 1 mana, and then lets you cast something that costs 4 or less from your hand for free. Now, in this deck, that's almost certainly going to be something like Squad Commander, so we can get an extra big buff when we attack in. But if you were building this deck to be a bit more mid-rangey versus our aggro, that could also be something like Sholdred or the One Ring. Everybody loves to have a good 1 mana casting those spells, right? That seems very, very good. You tutor it and you cast it for free. You can also cast another card from your hand if you already have something you want to cast. I'd say that all stars in this deck are actually from Nalia's Precon. So this is a card that had its own deck. It was in the Adventures in the Forgotten Realm, I want to say. No, Baldur's Gate, sorry. Look at the set symbol. Battle for Baldur's Gate set. And it had things like Black Market Connections in it, which makes shapeshifters. And those shapeshifters have Changeling, which means that they're very good at filling in whatever we need in our party. So we're going to take Nalia into the queue, and we're going to party on. Obnixilis Captive Kingpin, the one who pings and pings and pings and pings. This is the creatureified Obnixilis from the more recent Aftermath set, and he's pretty sweet. If you deal 1 damage at a time, or I should say if your opponent loses 1 life at a time, then you end up getting a card that you can cast or play, and a +1/+1 counter, and on a big flying trampler that gets pretty big pretty fast. Ooh, Dreadhorde Butcher. I guess I'll set up something for you to trade into. The Glorybound Initiate, I think, is a good choice here, because it lets me bring it back with the Extraction Specialist. I want to make sure that they're not able to kill multiple of my creatures here, so they'll get 3 damage on my face, and an extra damage from Judith. Hi, Judith. The Extraction Specialist, a rogue, and because we already have a rogue for our party, we can trade this into Judith. Though I don't think I want to, because I want my Glorybound Initiate to survive. Hey, Obnixilis. Well, I mean, if you're willing to give me the trade, I'll offer it up. Do you want to kill the Initiate, or ping my face to make Obnixilis bigger? Nope, they killed the Initiate. Fine with me. Rafine's Informant. Taking a little looky-loo here. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Ooh, too many clerics. Do I want to drop a cleric? I'm going to drop Yawgmoth. We can bring him back later. And kill Obnixilis. I could wait to kill him. Killing him now feels good. What's this? The reason you can't morph from Foretell is because you can't cast face down from... Not because you can't cast face down from exile, but because Foretell gives an alternate casting cost and only allows you to use that cost, whereas morph is also an alternate casting cost that you have to pay instead. Wait, weird. Sorry, my chat's discussing. Could you foretell a morph and use it? And the answer is... Ooh. I don't know how to refill this party. I don't need no stinking clerics. This will really refill it. Bring back the Extraction Specialist, who brings back the Gory-Bound Initiate, and swing in for 3. So now we have a Wizard, a Warrior, a Rogue, and another Warrior. As I said, we don't need no stinking clerics. Especially not with Lae'zel here. She's great. Oh, a cleric! So we have 2 different party buff givers here. I'm gonna start with the Giver of Runes. And Nalia. We could have also done Squad Commander Nalia. This only gives a temporary buff, but it also gives you a very good swing because it makes them indestructible. Also makes you go turbo wide. Ding! We gain a little life off the Extraction Specialist. Oh, something that we do need to look out for. There is a infinite win with Ob Nixilis. If you play All Will Be 1 and then deal 1 damage, the counter happens, which means 1 damage happens, which means a counter happens, which means 1 damage happens, which means a counter happens, which means 1 damage happens, until you win the game. I have a cleric. And I have so much more than a cleric. Squad up! I'm gonna wait until combat. I'll kill the Hooded Blightfang, since it's the best blocker here. Yeah, get your +1/+1 counter. This leaves them with 1 blocker. I guess I could use Giver of Runes to make this unblockable. For 12 damage on her own, but I'm pretty sure this is just lethal as it is. GG. Atraxa, Praetor's Voice. This is the proliferating Atraxa that gets you +1/+1 counters, poison, and planeswalkers, all well benefited by her abilities. It's easy to remember because she's got the P in her name, and there's a lot of P there, too. She's the PP Atraxa. Maybe she's the PPP Atraxa. Hi, Ivan LeFou. I actually matched up against a bunch of these earlier today, and all of them conceded on turn 1 after mulliganing twice. So I'm happy that this person's actually playing against me. Yeah, 3rd time's the charm. The other 2, they just left. They was like, oh no, Nalia! I'm so scared. Well, we're gonna make them discard with our Rogue! 2 Rogues. They dropped a land. Another land. So we could play a Warrior here. We actually have a Wizard in hand. I have to decide if I want to go for Nalia. Yeah, I'll go for Nalia. I was going to say there could be a wash away here. But I'd just like to be able to play off the top of my deck since these are mostly situational. Twilight Prophet's probably going to be the one that I prioritize, though. Not a party member on top of my deck. Now we have 2 party members. And we do have a Wizard and a Warrior here to round things out. Assemble the teams that are not playing Atraxa this turn since they don't have anything to proliferate. Oh no, I don't think that people were conceding because they saw Nalia and thought, oh no, that's too powerful. It's more likely that they're the kind of players who just only play a game if they have the perfect opening hand, which I think kind of stinks. I like when there's a little bit of an uphill battle. It gives you a narrative. Ooh, a Foretell. Why do I feel that this is probably just a board wipe? So I can complete the party. If I do complete the party, I'm getting in more damage this turn. You can only cast Doomscar if you have 2 white sources. So I'm gonna take out your other white source. Oh no, a white source! That's Doomscar. And nobody was surprised! I will move you back to the command zone. Extraction Specialist. Bring back the Acquisitions Expert. Just 2 rogues hanging out. A rogues gallery, you could say.
You'll be fine. Trust me.
Doom! Burrow comes out. They didn't have an extra land in hand, probably because they were discarding them. And they concede the game. Just like the other Atraxas. No, I actually got to play a bit of the game here. GG! Simic, Vizier of Noctaman! This is the newest Simic, the one that's been creatureified once again, and rewards you for hitting your opponent with creatures that just entered the battlefield this turn. I'm gonna reward myself for hitting you in the face with my party members. We got a skeleton guy. His name is G-Bones. We got Luminarch Aspirant with Dead Aspirant. We got the Informant, and look at that. We already have a warrior, a cleric, a wizard. And then we just need a rogue. Round things out. The earlier we get this down, the better. Is it to beef up G-Bones? Paper Sanctuary. Oh, I guess I do have something that would target their stuff. Ooh, Invasion of Tarkir. Going to take out my Aspirant. Okay, so our Cleric is gone. We have a backup Cleric, though. But first I'm going to use my Wizard to find a land and fail to do so. I'll throw this other Wizard into the graveyard. Hi, Samut! You hit my face, you draw a card. I can't stop you. More warriors. Guess we'll just add a cleric to the party. Now all I need is a land. And then it's party time. Land that comes in untapped. You gotta be specific. Boo! That's not what I needed. I guess I'll just play like this handsome fella here. Hey, tenacious underdog. Now I got a backup warrior, so if they wanted to swing in with Simic, we could double block. Oh, you know, there is actually a cleric with backup. You know, the mechanic backup. What the heck is this? Old Knight Castigator. The source would deal damage to you, it deals double that damage to you instead. If a source would deal damage to this, it deals double damage. What the heck? What is this crazy spicy noodle? Also, where's my lands? At this point, I feel like I'm just setting up for a really big, kind of silly swing. Fine. Holla holla. I could swing in here and just let one of these die. Would be damage. It wouldn't have been terrible either. Yeah, with the Castigator, actually, would that have been a lethal swing? Would have been close. Yeah, I think killing Simic was lethal there. I was straight up just, like, not doing the math for this girl. Block with the Hollow Blade. Are you gonna kill it? Listen, I got stuff to discard. The only thing I don't have is lands. Okay, that's fine. Even without one of my fours getting blocked, it's Xaxes. Yeah, that feels right. Now there's 3 blockers. Just get this out of here. Draw a card. What are lands? Seriously, what are lands? Guess we don't need them. Don't need lands. Yeah, no matter what, we have 8 damage going through, and if I read this card right, that's actually 16. 2 lands, no problem? I guess. The first Sliver with Karuga. Because they have a Karuga as a companion, I can tell you 100% this is not a Slivers stack. Because the best Slivers cost like 3-2-1 mana. Because you want to play a lot of them and you want to go wide, hit fast, party hard. So this is actually just the first and only Sliver. A 5-color good stuff deck. Hi, first and only Sliver. I wonder what nasty stuff you'll be playing. Okay, do you want to do this? The Polluted Delta's holding priority. You want to get a Triome? No? Okay, great. Luminarch Aspirant. We do both have Pinkie Pie avatars. It's the best avatar. Speaking of things that are the best. Black Market Connections, baby! Helps me party extra hardy. Nice Triomes. Loads of fixing on their side of the battlefield. Will I pay the 6? Every moment of my life. Life is a resource. And I'm here to simply unmake it. Bing, bong, bong. Doesn't that feel good? Who knows? Maybe I'll even have like a 2-cost thing off the top. Nope. Party complete. Keep beeping yourself up. Everybody's beefy. Swing for 5. I will always pay the 6. That's not true. I will pay the 6 when it is the best plan for me, which is pretty often. Hoping they don't hit a board wipe. They hit a board wipe. Boo! Is this shapeshifter every type? For the party, it counts as only 1, but that's okay, because it can count as any of the ones. Hey there, first Sliver. Geological Appraiser discovers and finds Eldritch Evolution. Something that costs up to 6 mana? Oh my gosh, hi Tandy! Tandy, you're playing some Baldur's Gate 3? That's so good to hear. Yeah, I kind of wish I could play it with my partner, but I feel like we would cause so much trouble together. Get this Golos out of here. Yeah, I just started playing Baldur's Gate 3. I'll be playing it again on Thursday. You like brainworms? I like paying 6 life, probably because I have brainworms. They're good worms, Tandy. They're good worms. Swinging in with my dad, touching little guys. This will let them recast this. I mean, I might full send next turn. We'll see. I do have to make sure I can play the Anguished Unmaking if I need to remove something, though. Got another board wipe. Gonna try and cascade into one. They cascaded into Key to the Archive. Okay, I think we're good. There's no spell they can get that they can cast there. We don't even need to remove something. We can just pay to 6 and swing on in. GG. This Tamiyo punishes decks like mine that want to swing with a lot of creatures. Too bad I'm still doing it. With all of my Weezards and warriors and other things like it. Tamiyo's pretty scary because she's Bant and she is just trying to ult, which oftentimes means you are protecting her with board wipes, counter spells, and other such things. All to get yourself to 7 loyalty. Guess what? I've got a wizard, I've got a warrior. I got a rogue next turn and a cleric, potentially after that. If I don't draw land next turn, I think it's actually more likely that I do Black Market Connections and then Nalia the turn after. It's safer. Yeah. No land, Black Market Connections. Especially with the fact that if they get another land, they could wipe the board. Hi, Tamiyo.
Every story is an
Yep.
opportunity.
Make it so if I hit with these 2 creatures, they would be drawing a card. Oh, never mind. They actually tap them down. Also quite rude. Nalia, I can throw down just to get the buff, but I am, kind of as I implied before, afraid of board wipes. Tell me your secrets. I see. I hate all of this. But none of them are board wipes. They have the Turbo Proliferate Ickermoon Gauntlet. Jace, some of this. By the way, I could have also used the Peacekeeper to name Tamiyo. Because that means that the abilities of the card cost 2 more. It would have been obnoxious. One of those weird things about Peacekeepers, you can actually tax Planeswalker abilities. Yeah, this is the closest thing to a board wipe. What do you want to play? Jace? Jace the other one? Ickermoon Gauntlet. Oh, nope. They're turbo tapping 2 of my creatures. And playing Jace the Perfected Mind. Turn my Usher into a slightly weaker Usher. I'm paying 6. Of course I'm paying 6. I love paying 6. All I ever want to do is pay the 6. Okay, with the knowledge of what they have, I'm not leaving back the Gara of Runes. She wants to cause problems. Die, Jace.
Surrender.
And next turn, I'm aiming for a lethal swing. They're milling themselves, drawing a card. Yeah, single target removal is not what gets me here. It's just a board wipe. And if they got one, they got one. And if they don't, well, I got a couple creatures on the board, don't I? 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. Moon Gauntlet lets those planeswalkers proliferate. Are you prepared for your face to get smooshed? We know that you have a Ganjo, which can take out one thing. Yeah, you ain't got nothing. GG. Tatyova, Benthic Druid. Play a land, draw a card. It's very simple. You also gain life in there. This is Simic land-based ramp. Did you guys know Simic ramp is good? Well, I'm here to tell you that Simic ramp is in fact good. Tatyova, also good. It really just lets you supplement well, unlike Emoti with counter spells too. Thankfully, we have a way to stop counter spells with our Cavern of Souls. Naming human, because human is actually the most common creature type in my deck. I would rather save this for the buff, but I think it's fine here. Had they done like a turn 1 Llanowar Elf, we could have saved this to use that -1/-1 to take it out. We're talking about coffee in chat. I had a nice big cup of coffee this morning. Oh, Gutterbones! Another warrior for us. Bringing out Nalia. Nalia lets me play our party members off the top of the deck. We have a rogue here, but we already have a rogue in play. And also, there's a big windstorm outside right now, so if you hear weird banging noises, that's why. Oh no! They got rid of my anti-counterspell tech!
4 months.
4 months! Oh my gosh, Arega Fire, thank you for the 4-month resub. They also swapped what's on top of my deck. Hi, Uro. Too many ding-dang warriors. Have a cleric. Now all we need is a wizard. Ren and 7 can make a big reachy-creachy. A big tree. Or can just get a bunch of lands in hand, and since they can play multiple lands, they can go pretty far with that. They also have, notably, a fetch land, which can trigger Tatyova twice in one turn. Do you have the city's blessing, though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10! Hey, they do! I kind of wish I had the city's blessing. Beep, beep. Out of the way! I should use Fabled Passage just to shuffle things here. I do not have a complete party. Tragic, I know. But I can kill Ren and 7 before they make a tree. No trees allowed! I was hoping to save the Get Lost to stop Tatyova from drawing all the cards, but I did want to make sure that I got rid of Ren and 7 here. Hi, Tatyova! How many times are you gonna trigger this turn? They played a land, but that land is going to get them another land. Yeah, I have fetches in a bunch of my historic Brawl decks now. Because they're good. 3 mana for a shock, don't mind if I do. Ooh, and a cultivate. cleric! Go ahead and throw that down. Now we got 2 clerics. Baleful Mastery. A good card, good removal, but not what I crave. So we're gonna shuffle our deck. Perfect! Our party is complete! Got lots of little buddies out here. The city's blessing and +1/+1 counters for me and all my friends. Go get 'em, sweetie. Go get 'em, sweetie. Come on. Perfect. So they're down to 6. We have 1 indestructible creature, but they're really not in board wipe colors. This is much more mass bounce colors, which would still be pretty rough for us. They're going to gain a couple extra life here, since this also gains them a life. And I believe they can cast Uro from the graveyard this turn, which will gain them even more life. How come our parties in D&D aren't this powerful? Probably because they don't have this babe. Boo! Can't believe you'd rebuke my river like this. Hi, Uro. For the purposes of card advantage, Twilight Prophet is going to be one of our best picks, though I can complete a party, I believe, here. If I just go for the cheap stuff. Now I want to make sure I don't have to discard too many pieces. This will drain them for 4. And give us some big buffins. Not that I can attack. My creatures do not have haste. Just 2 people with a lot of cards in hand. One of them drawing even more cards. And now they'll draw the Cyclonic Rift. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Or a Time Warp. Or Elrond's Epiphany. Something of the sort. Are there any non-shapeshifter cards that can play multiple roles in the party? There are. There is a Stonework Pack Beast, which is not technically a shapeshifter. But at most, they can only be 1 party member at a time. Burricos and Paper. Yeah, we don't have Burricos, unfortunately. Hey, Ulamog. You're a spooky one, aren't you? So they got rid of the... I was kind of surprised they didn't hit the Unblockaboy. Was the coffee of choice this morning? I made a pour over. Beautiful glass of pour over. With a splash of milk. It was, I want to say, Vermont Coffee Roasters Light Roast. Fancy? It really isn't. It is not a fancy way to make coffee. Yeah, they should totally add Burricos into Arena. Because it would be good party payoff. Oh no! They're gonna make my indestructible blocker into a 1/1 citizen! It's fancy if I freshly ground the beans this morning. I always freshly grind my beans. I'm not making a good case for myself here. You prefer Burricos as a party commander? Yeah, but that's tricky because you have to do mono black party then. I always fresh grind my coffee beans. No! Your smart speaker heard "Hey there, Ulamog" as "Hey Google, what's a log?" The robots need our help. Please stop exiling my entire library! I know extraction specialists will do so much for us. The problem is, they really did just stabilize and take us out. Extra turns. The big board wipe. We had our party set up to be fantabulous. But sometimes a well-timed board wipe, it's enough to stop it. Hey, who's a log? You, Lamog. Oh, is Google like, a log is a thick-cut branch or part of a tree, usually circular. And you're like, dang, girl! That's what I've always wanted to know. Hey, don't steal my boys! The fish has done crime. And we are dead. GG, Tatyova. What's good in Prosper? Playing things from Exile, including some of the newer playing things from Exile, like Discover and Cascade. Prosper's sweet. Gets you treasure when you cast things from Exile. Exile's a card for you to cast. Also, you know, 1/4 with Death. Why are you mulliganing? What are you looking for? What are you... Lord Mittens, what are you looking for? Looking for something nasty? Bet you are. I got my eye on you. Hi, Lord Mittens. I talk like my cat is chewing on something, as I should. Let's get out Lotho. So we don't have that many rogues in this deck, because also a rogue. We already have our rogue for the party. But some rogues are still worth running, like Lotho, who can get me some treasures. Oh, Dream Devourer. That lets them exile things from hand so they can cast them. Like the Shakedown Heavy. I'm gonna go for these two, though, because it gets me very close to a completed party. Oh my gosh, the wet! There's a huge storm where I am right now. The rain is blowing right against my window. Oh, hey, Florian. Exiles a card based on damage dealt, but no damage has been dealt. Not yet. Not today. So my party won't be complete, since we already have a rogue. Do I want to hit Florian and just swing in here? I want to bring out the big boy. I think we'll save it. Shakedown Heavy. Now I have 2 warriors, a question mark, and a rogue. That means I need a cleric or a wizard. Because this is not a party, even though you have a cool dog. I just got asked a very weird question in chat. If you were to foretell a morph card, would you be able to play it face down for 1? No, because I believe it's only from hand. Okay, cool. cool. Our party might not be complete, but they're still bashing faces. GG. Katilda Dawnheart Prime lets your humans tap for mana and can put +1/+1 counters on your critters, using some of those creatures to pay the mana cost of the ability. I have a warrior, a cleric, a wizard, everything, and Nalia. We got the whole dang gang here. We got a party ready to party. Hey, Katilda. Katilda also has protection from werewolves, but... oh no. I was about to say, I don't have any werewolves. It's a werewolf. It's a werewolf! Of course it's a werewolf. It's always been a werewolf. Hey, Thalia. Thalia's a pretty good human. I could use a Shrouded Shepherd here to kill Thalia. Or I could work on building up my party. I can complete the party next turn. And I think we should play really aggressively here. Hey, Boromir. Boromir doesn't like it when you cast things for free. Good news, I don't cast things for free in this deck. I want to go for extra life. Killing Katilda and Thalia. Nah, I want to party hard. We got our buffs. We're swinging in. Very aggressive plays. Yes. Ranger of Eos. We'll get them 2 little guys. Fingers crossed that they have 1 toughness. So we can, get maximum value here. Oh, no, one of them has 2 toughness. You know I love attacking with everything. Still getting a 3-for-1 on this sounds delightful. A 4-for-1? You spoil me. What time is it? It's party time! Couple of little guys. They're just little guys. They remain at 1 life. They do have enough mana if they wanted to cut down one of these, or I guess chop down. They're killing Nalia. That's completely fair. Gotta recomplete the party with Lotho. Shepherd will get me a treasure. I'll put my life flanker. Gonna kill the missionary. You saving them with Boromir? Not so fast. Katilda's dying. She already costs 6 mana now. So they can replay her, but do very little else. We need one more land to replay Nalia, but we've already got quite the party on the board. GG. Slimefoot and Squee! We got Jund Reanimation with a side of saplings in the deck because you need them to sacrifice so you can reanimate. We've got a nice warrior, cleric. That's like a party if you squint. Hey, nice duress. I actually only have creatures and lands in my hand, though, so nothing gets dropped. Crack this open, get black mana. Hello. And hello, Forsaken Crossroads. Scrying and putting on top or in the graveyard. We have to be worried about what they do end up putting in their graveyard. Or sorry, top or bottom with that. Ah, there's something in their graveyard. The Oliphant! This is a great thing to reanimate, because, like, by putting it in their graveyard, they also get a mountain of any type, including a duel, or even a triome. They might want to just shock in for their Slimefoots and Squeeze. Get this Cavern of Souls. I will name Human, as it is much of my thing. I'll get the Preacher of the Schism out, because it is very good at blocking. Would you like to double block? If they double block, they won't have a Saproling to use for reanimation. They can just single block, though. I don't mind them bringing this back. I crave sneaking a peek at their hands. Soon. Right now, I want a party. And I need a ding-dang wizard! Give me the wizard! That's not a wizard, that's a warrior. Get some chumpies. Some chumped blockers. Draw a card. Extraction Specialist. That is a rogue. We're down a cleric. Now all we have are warriors. And rogues. Delicious, delicious warriors and rogues. Bank job. Cool. Does that put things in the graveyard? It does. Neat. More clerics. I want to start with Nalia here, so I can see what's on top of my deck. Another rogue, but playing this means that I get deeper into my deck. Canker Bloom. Nice enchantment and artifact destruction you have. Yes. A wizard is not on time. He does not show up exactly when he needs to. He's late. They assembled a team. I guess we'll be able to see what they put into hand. With the Peacekeeper, with the little creeper. A wizard shows up eventually and in some form. Four mana. Playing that Canker Bloom. Ooh, I still get my treasure. Because they cast 2 spells. Thank you, Lotho. What's on top? Ah, just another land. Bring out Ilkor. An Anointed Peacekeeper. Take a peek at their hand here. Kogla and Yadaro, Grave Titan. I will choose Kogla and Yadaro. Bring out the shakedown heavy. Some guy who's just extra funky, chunky, delicious. I can swing in here. I do not want to swing in here. I might go in with just the Glory Bound Initiate. Yeah, that's fair. I can bring it back off the Extraction Specialist. Are Koga and Yudara roommates? Yes. Are they kissing? Yes. Gotta keep that life total high. Nice Grizzlebrand. They did not want the Grizzlebrand. Grizzlebrand will go into the graveyard. No! Inquisition of Kozilek! Not my little guys! You hit the Extraction Specialist, because otherwise I'm just bringing back the Blood Priest with the Specialist. All team-up cards are roommates. They're all kissing. At least these two are. Okay, card on top. Not a wizard. Whoop. We got a cleric. We got whatever you want to call Loran. Specialist gets me the widest. This gets me a Death Toucher. I'm taking Loran. Get rid of the bank job. Give me a way to draw some cards next turn. Rand's just a guy. I like to party. And yet my party is incomplete. They don't have any sacrifice outlets for Slimefoot and Squee either. They do have a treasure, so they could play Kogla and Yadaro. And I imagine that they are fighting something. They could go to fight my biggest thing, my other buffer, the squad commander. They're fighting the big boy. Oh, okay, maybe they're going for squad commander. I think that that's very solid. Goodbye, my squatty. You saying my deck doesn't like to party? Fine, we're drawing cards. Gonna make it into nighttime. Boo. We chill, we vibe, we hang. I could play that. I'm just gonna wait instead. So many a big boy. Couple zomboys. Trade the Grave Titan with the Shakedown Heavy. Ilkor doing a great job keeping things even. Creature? A partying creature? No! We both draw! We are flooding so hard! This is This is rough. I think this is a 37 land deck. That sounds right. 37. Couple MDFCs. And the land continues! You want to use Mount Doom? Do you have a legendary artifact? You don't. Alright, so I can use this to shuffle, though. Just a kill spell. I have all the life in the world. Shock it, baby! That's the Swords to Plowshares. That's actually still very good. Here, have an Arcane Signet. I think Loran is one of 2 non-party creatures. Troll of Khazad-dûm has Super Menace. Betrayal. Utter betrayal. It's all lands. All the way down. Okay, there's a reanimation spell. Still, not what I crave. I want to destroy my Signet. First the turn. Sword to Grave will be able to bring back Squad Commander. But I still have not gotten a Wizard or a Shapeshifter. So, yeah, we can still refill this a little bit. It's fine. Gotta love a good Dirtle match, right? Me and my opponent not moving the game forward. It's weird that they're not attacking with Slimefoot and Squee either. I mean, if they did, I would, you know, soid them. Oh, that's big. That's a lot. Okay, so Agadeem's Awakening happens, and I am going to immediately attempt to Swords to Plowshares Grizzlebrand. In response, I imagine they will not? Or will they? No, because they are gaining the 7 back, so they have 7 extra cards in hand. Grizzlebrand gone. Monkey! Yes! I'm back to my starting life total. You're playing an IRL Dominaria United on Wednesday? Oh, a draft? Okay. Oh, wizard! Yes! Yo, check this out. We're about to go insane. Squad up. Extraction specialist. Oh, give me the boys. Give me the boys. Give me the boys. Give me the girls and boys and boys and girls. Yeah, play all the colors. Try and open a Sheoldred. That's how you play Dominaria United draft. That's beautiful. So you've got vigilance, you've got vigilance, you've got that touch. I'd like some life. Yeah, go for it. Everybody in. They all have Death Touch. Perfect time to let that Slimefoot and Squee die. The aspect ratio of the board is bananas. Nobody tell them that double blocking doesn't do anything. It took us a long time to find our 4th party member. We're in widescreen. Is Shouldered that good and limited? Yes, she is. They are indestructible. Thanks to, where'd you go? Squad. What if one of them did die? We'd be drawing a card. Speaking of drawing a card, you already have a full hand. Boop. A party member. Also, if our creatures die. Where's Ilkor? There she is. She would do something. They have to show me 4 different cards. 1 per party member. I'll drop the lightning bolt. See, doesn't that look better now that we have a wizard in our party? Doesn't that feel way better? Nikki McHale, thank you so much for the sub. Love it when a party finally fills out. This is like, you know what? Fashionably late. They were fashionably late to the party. Can't say that's a way I would show up to a party. No, I show up early and ready to get down. GG. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. As always, if you'd like to come watch me live when I record these, come over to twitch.tv/Amazonian. We have a lot of fun there. We're constantly partying, just like Nalia. If you want the deck list, it's in the description of the video. And if you're thinking, Amy, you don't have enough wizards, add more wizards. You will quickly find that there are not a lot of wizards in these colors, and there are some of them that are bad. There's also one of them that's a token. Kind of neat. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day. I haven't looked out the window and down. There's trash pans just like floating down the street.